needed for my life. What's up, JR? How you doing today?
I'm good. How y'all doing?
All right.
We're getting through.
Difference in energy since our last interview, by the way.
Absolutely.
We had BDO yesterday, JR.
Wow.
We had, oh, there you go.
What
Yeah.
you're thinking there. No, yeah, Baron Davis yesterday was on another level I've never experienced. Can I ask you about trade deadline, by the way? Because we got, what, less than 5 hours to go. You've been a part of some trades. Like, what are the next 5 hours like for guys in the league that may or may not be moved? What does it feel like?
You know, I was fortunate. I never really got traded at the deadline, and I never was one of those guys who had really, well, maybe I was, and I was oblivious to it, but I never really thought I was one of those dudes who was like in that situation towards the end of the trade, hours like before the trade deadline. So for me, it wasn't my experience, but being traded in general is just tough when you know, especially when you've been somewhere for a significant part of time and then getting up and moving and all the luggage and travel and houses and switching over, and you know, people look at it like, you know, y'all are millionaires or whatever the case may be. But you know, when you move in teams and getting to know everybody else in a different city, it's not as easy as people, you know, think it is. But you know, I hope those dudes can find, you know, peace and solace in not only just being traded, but just everything that comes with it.
Yeah. Absolutely. I want to ask you about some of the moves that was made. Your former team, the Cavs, they went out and got James Harden, swapped him out for Darius Garland in a second-round pick. How did you feel about that move being made by the Cavs? What did you think about it?
I mean, I didn't really understand it because I feel like, you know, even with DG, it's still, I feel like between him and Donovan, they both really needed the ball to really have an impact on the team, and I know James definitely needs the ball, so it's gonna be interesting to see, and especially defensively. I think more than anything, because I think the East guard play is, you know, easier than the West, but at the same time, when you get to those playoffs and you get to those finals, you're gonna have to guard somebody. So it's gonna be interesting to see how it plays out.
LeBron and the Lakers recently played the Cavs in what could have been LeBron's last game in Cleveland. Do you think this is his last season? And if not, where do you think he'll play next?
I mean, this is speculation. I don't know. This is all speculation. We still got our group chat and all that, and we still talk. But honestly, this is all speculation. This is my opinion. I think he goes back to Cleveland next year, rides into the sunset. I don't think this is his last year. I think he obviously doesn't have to keep playing, but I still think he has a lot left in the tank to where he's very impactful, and especially to a team like Cleveland with the pieces they already have. So once this season is over, I think he goes back to Cleveland, finish it up there.
I agree.
Bron said y'all still got y'all group chat from 2016. What the hell do y'all talk about in that chat, especially with what's going on around the league? What keeps that chat alive?
I mean, we got some characters, dog. Y'all know RJ, Chan, and K-Love on their own, and then throwing in Tristan, dog. It's hectic, dog. It literally is a snowball effect, day by day. It goes off. It went off yesterday morning at like 8 o'clock. Because first of all, Bron is on the West Coast. He'd be up at 5. He's sending stuff over here and everywhere, and it's just a lot of random stuff, especially with RJ, dog. Oh my God.
Has anybody been kicked out the group chat yet?
That would be amazing.
No, we just started a new chat where Tristan started going a little sideways. We just made another chat without Tristan.
Switch, you gotta hold him accountable. So in my group chat, if you say something out of pocket, we suspend you for a day. If it's really bad, we suspend you for a week. We bring you back in a week. You gotta hold him accountable when he tripping.
Yeah, he trip a lot though.
When you say out of pocket, what are we talking? What?
So you can get kicked out if you send something in the group chat that we've already discussed and over it, and you come in late, you out of there for a day. Get out of here. Or if it's something that you know that we don't care to talk about, if it's outside of our realm of things that we care about, we don't want to talk about that, dog. Get up out of here.
Y'all are strict.
Yeah, that's what it is.
I mean, It's hard to do that with our chat because RJ would have been on lifetime ban. Shannon would have been suspended for at least 30 games. K-Love might have been. K-Love was missing the season for sure.
Look, we see him. We see his tweets and his IG all the time, so I can only imagine.
Hilarious, man.
Bro, it's not even close to what he sends.
To what's in
the group
private,
chat,
yeah.
Oh my goodness.
Do you guys ever mute your group chats because you're just over it? Like, I don't want to hear this for the rest of the day.
No, I gotta stay locked in. My group chat like Shams in there. We gotta stay locked in. That's where I get my news at.
Yo, you're ridiculous.
Yeah, I just got to put mine on silent. It's gonna go on, but if I'm doing something like this, I just can't. I can't afford it. Ding, ding,
No,
ding.
some days it's too much, I think. When Jalen Tyson says Cleveland is Donovan Mitchell's city now, does that register in the group chat at all?
No, that never even came across.
Okay, fair enough. He was so excited.
Nah, nobody said nothing about this. So certain stuff you just let it go.
Okay.
God bless his
He's a
soul.
kid. Yep, God bless his soul. He's a child. Fair enough.
My guy AD was traded to the Wizards the other day. Do you think him and Trey? I'm sorry. Do you think AD and Trey make the Wizards a playoff team?
Yeah, I think so immediately. I think they definitely make them a playoff team. I don't know where they really sit in the standings and if it's still actually possible right now, especially with AD being in and out. I don't think it's. I'm not sure what the numbers is, but I think it automatically makes them a playoff team, especially in the East. I think it would be a little harder in the West if they were playing against some of those teams, like a OKC or San Antonio every other night. But in the East, for sure.
Yeah, I want to ask you about the West. Another big trade that happened. The Utah Jazz went out and got Jaren Jackson Jr. A lot of guys were swapped in that one. What did you think about that trade?
I like it for Jared because he's a big who can really shoot it. The Jazz, who been known as more of a pick and roll type of scheme throughout history. With the point guard and the bigs, I think he can really flourish right there. And I think he just needs a fresh start. Memphis has obviously had a cloud over his head for the last couple of years. So I think for him, it's a great move.
I sometimes feel like we pile on. But now that we'll never see the AD, the Kyrie, the Cooper flag, we'll never get to see what that actually looked like. So the Nico Harrison trade now, does it look worse than it already did? I mean, most people think it's the worst trade in sports history, but now we will never know.
I think it's a tough one, man. I still don't think it was a good trade in my opinion. Nico's my guy, but I just think that was almost more of a personal issue more than it was for business. Unless he was just trying to lay up for the Lakers and the league and trying to get a guy like him in a bigger market, which makes sense. But at the same time, I don't see how it really benefited them other than getting Cooper. I mean, and Cooper's been playing amazing. He's way better than I even expected. So I can't really say too much about it.
Let's switch. I want to talk a little Knicks with you because last time we saw you were in Vegas. They became the Cup champs. They've had an interesting roller coaster season so far, but now they've won 8 straight. Does not mean that Cat hasn't been in some of the trade rumors. I don't know that they're going to do anything in the next 4+ hours, but what do you think? Do they need to make a move?
I think we definitely need to make a move for sure. But I'm not necessarily saying it's got to be Cat. To me, I don't think some of the moves that need to be made have to be big and Shams worthy of blast and stuff like that. I think it needs to be certain pieces from the bench to where they can have a more intricate role going down the stretch of games, and also relying on more 3-point shooting. I think between having your best 3-point shooter be your 7-footer isn't necessarily the best situation, especially if he's already not the most physical person in the paint. So to me, I think they need to make a move to where we grab another scorer or shooter off the bench, and somebody in that first unit is going to have to step up and make more shots.
Do you think Cat gets an unfair blame for the Knicks' struggles?
100%, because I mean, I used to see Melo go through a lot of it, and I'm obviously not comparing them to as far as their game, but when you're, the big name in there, and obviously you got Jalen, but when you're a name like Cat, you take a lot of a lot of the blame and criticism, whether it be sometimes you don't get the offensive rebounds or you're not rebounding as much as you, or your shot's not falling, and things get stagnant out there. It's easy to pinpoint the major guys, but you also got to look around the supporting cast what they're doing too.
The Giannis stuff, I mean, it's been going on for a while. It's been really, really loud lately. 8 games ago, it was deafening. If you are in that front office in New York, do you do everything you can to get Giannis there, or are you of the mind that that's not the exact fit that we're looking for?
Well, there's just 2 things to that. I love Giannis's game, but it's hard to get Giannis if you don't have the pieces that fit for Giannis.
Right.
If you're going for Jalen Brunson, Josh Hart, and Giannis, and then obviously I would think you would have to. You can't keep Cat or NOG or Mikel. So 2 of the 3 of those gotta go.
Change your
so
identity.
to me, it changes the whole identity. But now all of a sudden you cram in the court even more to where you have no spacing. Right now, our best spacing is our biggest contributor from the 3-point line is our 7-footer who's shooting the better percentage of threes, who now you're eliminating to put in a person who really don't shoot threes at all. They're just trying to get downhill. So to me, if you make that move, I think it makes it easier for teams to just pack the paint and make the Knicks shoot from the outside when you're already not a good outside shooting team.
Do you think, I mean, what's crazy is yesterday Cleveland makes a move and all of a sudden they become the favorites to win the East, which I think shocked all of us. Boogie thinks, well, some of us think the Knicks have a better shot than Philly does. But what do you think? Are the Knicks as is? Are they good enough to beat Detroit, Boston, especially if Tatum comes back? Like, how good are they?
I think they're really good. I think it's a combination. I mean, last year they obviously played well, but it was a combination of luck between guys getting hurt and whatnot. So to me, I don't know if they're that good right now. I don't know if they're that good right now to solidify them to coming out the East, because obviously Detroit has been playing amazing. Cade is probably in the best I've seen him be in his true form, as just a real combo guard. He can score, he can pass, he can do it all. And he's got the team. Not only that, just everybody believing in himself. So I'm more scared of Detroit than anybody. Obviously, Boston is Boston. They got a championship pedigree, but to me, when I've seen guys come back later on into the season and miss pretty much the whole season, especially after something like Achilles, you got to work Tatum back into the game. I don't know if that messes up the chemistry or helps it. So, but it's always a factor where it could go the opposite way. So to me, I don't think Boston is as identified as that next team. So that's where I would put the Knicks.
You and a bunch of New York greats was at the Knicks homecoming game. Can you walk us through some of those conversations on the sidelines?
Man, my back hurt. Hey, man, what you doing, dog? You still working out? Nah, I'm stretching, dog. Nah, man. Talking to those dudes, man, is dope because, like, for me, honestly, I didn't grow up a Knicks fan. I grew up a Bulls fan, obviously MJ era or whatnot. And for it to be literally damn near across the street from the crib, for me, it's amazing because I really did grow up watching all the games, regardless if I was rooting for them or not. I remember watching PE, H2O, Spree, and all those dudes starts and being in that same brotherhood or fraternity and being able to rub shoulders with them, pick their brain, have them inspire me on the journey that I'm on is it's the best, dog. We really have a lot of endless conversations. Herb Williams is one of my coaches, and when I was with the Knicks, obviously he played with the Knicks. He's one of my golfing buddies. We always talking not only just about the game, about golf. It's a great thing, and I wish more teams did it. I think Denver just did it with something with Wilson Chandler in Denver. So I would love to see that culture just come back more around the league, where they're bringing guys back into the communities and the cities where they were invested in.
Absolutely, man. I love that, and the Knicks have always been trailblazers in championing their guys, man. I want to ask you this though. I know years ago you went back to school, went to A&T to join the golf team. Now we got NBA guys going back to college. Give me your opinion on what's going on. Is it the NIL money? Is it having a second opportunity at it? What's going on, Swish?
Man, what is the rules, dog? I'm trying to play.
I want to know. I think I got 4 years. I
We
want to
came out
know.
of high school, dog. What's up? I can still go rock.
I would love this so much.
I'm telling you, man. Honestly, though, it's a gift and a curse. Like I'm all for guys being able to have an opportunity to go back if they made a wrong choice or a bad situation, but we have to cap it at some point to where it's just the experience levels at this point. If you've been out of school for a certain amount of time, to me, I think you have to be able to cap it, because if you're training as a professional, not going to school, not doing all of this stuff, it kind of messes up the guys coming up from the grassroots side of it, from the AAU circus in high school. But I also think some guys, jump the gun and think they're in a better position than they really are, and might need to stay another year or two. And it gives them more opportunity to live out their dreams and also, be in a good situation. Because again, a lot of these people who are in these situations, basketball or sports, the sport that they're playing is one thing, that it's pretty much all they know. And telling you from experience, I played in the league 16 years, came out of high school, and I got done playing basketball, bro. My head started spinning. I didn't know what the next move was going to be. I didn't know where it was going. So, and fortunately, I was good financially, but a lot of these dudes coming in these situations aren't necessarily good financially to where you have a bridge to where I can still figure it out, especially at that young age. It's to me, if that happened to me at 21, 22, 23 years old, and I'm just, hoop is over with and I got to figure it out, it's going to leave me kind of spinning. So I think it just leaves the kid or the person in a better situation.
Yeah.
JR, we always appreciate time. Is that a golf simulator behind you or just a regular screen?
Yeah, it's a golf simulator.
Yes,
yeah,
Lewis, that's what you need. Can we get Lewis, because he's gonna pick up golf? We're convinced of this.
She been
You
trying
are
to
the
get
first person I've ever heard call him Lewis.
I know, one day I'm gonna get in a lot of trouble for it, but no, I haven't yet. So we're good. We appreciate it, JR, so much. Thank you. We'll be right back. We need a golf